Well, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to the grumpy old git on the corner, in the corner, on a clear blue sky on a Wednesday morning. Although it was unnerving watching the moon rise at about 5 o'clock, closely followed by the sun this morning. And it was very close to a frost last night here. Not quite, but there we go. But welcome to my usual videos of moaning and going on about what's happening around the country. So let's get into it today. I mean, everybody in power wherever now is cooing and ahhing that wages have risen above the level inflation for once. They've outstripped them. No, they're totally forgetting around this that the wages might have caught up at the moment. They've had a bigger rise than what inflation has, but they've been well below the levels for the last God knows how many years. So, with the cost of living still rising, the cost of fuel, the cost of energy is definitely going to continue going up. This announcement from them means absolutely sod all to me, and it shouldn't to anybody else. But then we get on to what is turning into the country's favourite villain, or in this case almost a super villain really, old dictator Carnage, Khan of London. He's been getting a right hammering everywhere at the moment over the ULEZ schemes. Absolutely right, yes, he should be. And I agree with all the arguments against it. He's lost control of himself. I mean, now because there's so much uproar about the ULEZ, big up to the Blade Runners, by the way. Shouldn't say that, but nice one, guys. He's looking at imposing 20-mile-an-hour limits all over the city. Now, I don't have a problem with a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. In an area like where I am now, I've got 3 schools. Very local, they're all within a couple of 100 yards of each other. I have seen school kids get knocked down outside the house. And yes, I believe this 20-mile-an-hour zone that we've got here is warranted, is needed, if nothing else for safety. When you've got mothers and kids dropping kids off, the kids are walking across the road on their own. There's speed humps in the road. People drive round the speed humps rather than go over them. And the end result is some poor young child gets knocked over. I think the last one was just before lockdown, and he ended up with a very, very badly broken leg, to the point where he was going to end up with a permanent limp through the rest of his life. So, but he's putting these in place just to make money. You know, he's showing his true intentions now. We've seen what he's like. Now, is he putting all this in place? Could it be for 2 reasons? One, if he gets voted in as mayor on the next elections, which I don't think he will, but we didn't think he'd get in last time, so some stunt he pulled off there. But if Londoners want him to continue, then be it on your own back. Vote him back in, and he's already put things like this in place to continue your oppression and robbing you of every fucking penny you've got. So, if you get back in, if he gets back in, Londoners, you're bringing it on yourselves. You've sealed your own fate as far as I'm concerned. Now, I don't know if anybody else is getting the same as me. For a week or two now, I've been getting alerts, or a form of an alert, to say that YouTube is updating or working on the server in the background. Now, every time I get this, it seems that a lot of glitches start to happen. Is this the next round of harassment and censorship coming in? Or is it me getting paranoid? And mind you, I've been getting late alerts, late emails and everything on my phone as well. But there does seem to be a lot of weird things happening at the moment in the way of the tech and what have you, and the different platforms. But let me know if you're experiencing the same problems. It'd be interesting. Now, today a minister popped up and agreed with a statement that the government gave out on financial matters. Now, this was the Minister for Health and Women, which got me thinking, not just what the fuck is a health minister doing involving herself in financial dealings, but where's the Minister for Men? Or is it because that minister is a woman that we don't count? Just a thought. But now, what was that? Oh, an alert up there. But now we got the government complaining that many thousands of kids are getting suspended from school, or not even bothering to turn up. And they seem to be blaming everybody but themselves for this. As usual, we know that's what they do, the way they operate. Well, you morons. You fucked up their education during the lockdown. You forced them to take things, wear things, stand in line like good little drones. And you have caused millions of them mental health issues with what you've done. You've tried to brainwash them and indoctrinate them, all with this woke agenda and the narrative you want them to follow in the future. And now you're moaning about the fucking generation that you created? Go fuck yourselves. Sorry, guys. But some things that these clowns do, it just winds me up. We can see it. Everybody else can see it. They're the only fucking idiots that can't. Well, I'm going to leave it there for today before I get too wound up. And don't get me started on what's going on between Kim Jong-un and Putin and shit like that. I ain't interested in them. But I'll leave it there for today. Being it's such a nice day, I have got things to do. But I will be about to answer comments and that if I get an alert for them. I will go looking for any now and again, because they just don't send me alerts. They keep moving them, they keep hiding them. And this is what I mean about the new level of harassment. I mean, with the amount of subs I've got, you wouldn't think they'd even look twice at me. But apparently they are. So, as always, people, until the next one, stay strong. No, wrong. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay free from the tyranny and the fear they're creating. Your life, you live it how you see fit. Respects, guys.